Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're stepping into a world of flickering candlelight and ancient secrets. Imagine this, a Roman palace bathed in the soft, dancing glow of countless candles. In the heart of it all stands Princess Lydia. The camera zooms in, capturing every intricate detail in stunning 8K clarity. Her face is a canvas of conflicting emotions, fear, and unyielding determination war in her eyes. Look closer. In her hands, she clutches a parchment, its edges slightly frayed, sealed with the unmistakable emblem of Rome. This isn't just any letter. It's a message that holds the weight of an empire. What news does it bear? A declaration of war? A forbidden love confessed? Or perhaps a betrayal that could bring the palace walls crumbling down? The mystery is as thick as the shadows in the room. Behind her, heavy red curtains are set ablaze with a golden light from the flames, creating an atmosphere that's both royal and deeply mysterious. This isn't just a portrait, it's a moment frozen in time, straight out of an epic historical film. You can almost feel the cool marble beneath her feet and smell the melting wax. The dramatic lighting carves out the contours of her face, highlighting her regal features and the turmoil within. Every element in this scene, from the ultra-detailed embroidery on her gown to the crispness of the Roman seal, is designed to pull you into her story. It's a masterful blend of beauty and suspense, a cinematic masterpiece captured in a single frame. Who is Princess Lydia, and what destiny does this parchment hold for her? The story is just beginning, and it's one of power, courage, and the secrets that lie hidden in the heart of Rome. What do you think is written in the sealed parchment? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into cinematic art, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have you ever wondered how to bring the epic figures of history to life with just a few words? Today, we're re-diving deep into the world of art to resurrect one of history's most formidable leaders, Attila the Hun. We're not just making a picture. We're crafting a scene, a mood, a story. Let's get started. The goal is to create an image that feels like a still from a blockbuster historical epic. We want to see Attila not just as a warrior, but as a strategist, a leader in his element. The prompt is our paintbrush, and every word is a deliberate stroke. Here's the prompt we're using. Attila the Hun sits in his dark war tent, surrounded by furs and weapons. A torchlight reveals his fierce face with a cold smile as he reads a message. Background shows shadowy soldiers and rising smoke. Intense close-up, cinematic shadows, epic tone, ultra-realistic, 8K poster lighting. Let's break down why this prompt works so well. We start with the subject and setting. Attila the Hun sits in his dark war tent. This immediately establishes the character in a tense, intimate atmosphere. Surrounded by furs and weapons, adds texture and context, telling us this is a rugged, powerful leader in a campaign setting. Now, for the action and emotion, a torchlight reveals his fierce face with a cold smile as he reads a message. This is the heart of the story. The torchlight creates dramatic lighting. The fierce face and cold smile are crucial. It's not just anger, it's a confident, chilling expression. He's reading a message. Is it a victory report? A declaration of war? This ambiguity invites the viewer to imagine the narrative. The background elements build the world. Shadowy soldiers and rising smoke. This suggests a living, breathing army camp just outside the tent, filled with activity and the aftermath of battle. It expands the scene without distracting from our main focus. Finally, we have the stylistic commands. These are your director's notes to the AI. Intense close-up brings us right into Attila's personal space, making the encounter feel personal and powerful. Cinematic shadows and epic tone guide the overall mood, pushing for drama and grandeur. And ultra-realistic 8K poster lighting are the technical specifications that demand the highest quality, detail, and professional finish, making it look like a promotional poster for a film. By combining these narrative, emotional, and technical details, we're not just asking for a portrait. We are directing a scene. We're telling the AI to be a cinematographer, a set designer, and a lighting director all at once. The result is an image that is not just visually stunning, but also rich with unspoken story. This is how you transform a simple idea into a powerful piece of art. Thanks for joining me on this creative journey. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to learn more about mastering AI art, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time. Have you ever wondered what it would like if a Hollywood blockbuster met the raw, chaotic energy of ancient history? What if you could conjure up a scene so epic, so detailed, that you could almost smell the smoke and hear the clash of steel? Well, that's exactly what we're doing today. We're diving headfirst into the world of AI art, using a single powerful prompt to generate a breathtaking historical battle. Imagine this: flaming catapults, arcing high into a smoke-filled sky, launching massive fireballs toward a colossal Roman fortress. The stone walls, which have stood for centuries, are starting to crack under the relentless assault. But that's not all. Picture Hun soldiers, fierce and unstoppable, charging on horseback through the haze and fire. Their silhouettes are a blur of motion against the orange-red glow of the flames. The air is thick with sparks, a deadly rain of arrows whizzing past, each one a tiny streak of death in the cinematic chaos. This isn't just a random jumble of words. Every phrase in our prompt is carefully chosen. Flaming catapults sets the tone of destruction. Massive Roman fortress establishes the scale and the stakes. Hun soldiers on horseback adds the human element of a relentless, unstoppable force. We're not just describing a battle, we're directing an entire scene. And the final touches? Orange-red lighting for that dramatic, almost apocalyptic mood. Cinematic chaos to tell the AI we want movement, action, and the sense of overwhelming spectacle. Historical realism to ground it in a believable past. And finally, 8K epic movie scene. That's the command for quality, telling the AI to render every last detail with stunning clarity. From just a few lines of text, we can create an entire world. A world of fire, of fury, of empires clashing in a fight for survival. This is the incredible power of creative AI, turning our imagination into visual reality. It's like having a Hollywood special effects studio right at your fingertips. What epic scene would you create? If you enjoyed this journey into the art of the prompt, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next creative adventure. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Ever wondered how those epic cinematic images you see online are made? The ones that look like a still from a Hollywood blockbuster? Today, I'm going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how it's done, using just a few lines of text. We're going to create a scene of pure epic chaos, and you'll see how a simple prompt can transform into a stunning piece of art. Ready? Let's dive in. The core of our creation is the prompt. Think of it as giving directions to a super talented, impossibly fast artist. Here's what we were going to use. Attila the Hun rides through a burning Roman city, sword raised high, walls collapsing behind him. Flames reflect off his armor and his eyes. Roman soldiers flee in terror amidst the fire and smoke. Cinematic with a red-orange tone. Detailed 8K war art with a dramatic, dynamic composition. Let's break that down. We started with a clear subject, Attila the Hun. We're not just saying a warrior, we're being specific. This gives the AI a rich historical and visual context to draw from. Then we build the scene, a burning Roman city. This sets the stage for drama. We add action with sword raised high and walls collapsing. These are powerful, dynamic verbs that create a sense of movement and destruction. But the real magic is in the details. Flames reflect off his armor and his eyes. This isn't just about the fire. It's about how the fire interacts with our main character, making him feel more real and menacing. We add more life to the scene with Roman soldiers flee in terror amidst the fire and smoke. This provides a sense of scale and the human cost of the conflict, making the scene more than just a cool image. It tells a story. Finally, we guide the style. Cinematic, with a red-orange tone, sets the mood and color palette. This is crucial for achieving that blockbuster movie feel. Detailed 8K war art tells the AI to crank up the quality and render every single crack in the stone and spark in the air. And dramatic, dynamic composition is our instruction for the camera angle, ensuring we get a powerful, engaging shot. Now, we feed this prompt into the AI generator and watch the magic happen. The AI interprets every word, every phrase, and blends them together. It understands Attila, Roman city, fire, and cinematic. It combines the action, the emotion, and the artistic style we requested. And just like that, out comes a masterpiece. A scene of epic destruction captured in a single breathtaking frame. A testament to the power of imagination, guided by the right words. It's incredible, right? From a simple paragraph to a work of art, this process shows that you don't need to be a traditional artist to create something visually stunning. You just need a clear vision and the right words to describe it. Thanks so much for joining me on this creative journey. If you enjoyed this and want to see more behind-the-scenes looks at creating epic AI art, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the world of AI art and bringing a pivotal moment in history to life. Our prompt was, General Idius stands on a hilltop under the Roman banner, golden armor shining in the sunset. Behind him, legions of Romang and Gothic soldiers prepare for war. A stormy sky brews overhead. Heroic cinematic lighting, ultra-realistic, 8K historical poster style. Let's break down how we crafted this epic scene. First, let's talk about Idius. He's often called the last of the Romans, a brilliant general who lived during the final days of the Western Roman Empire. The guy was a master strategist and diplomat, famous for forging an unlikely alliance between Romans and their former enemies, the Visigoths, to face a common threat, Attila the Hun. Our prompt aims to capture that precise moment of fragile unity and impending doom before the legendary Battle of the Catalonian Plains. So, for the first part of our prompt, General Idius stands on a hilltop under the Roman banner. We're setting the stage. The hilltop gives him a commanding presence, a leader overlooking his forces. The Roman banner, the iconic aquila or eagle, symbolizes the legacy and power he's desperately trying to protect. Next, we specify golden armor shining in the sunset. This isn't just for looks. The golden armor signifies his high rank and importance, while the sunset lighting adds a layer of drama and symbolism. Sunsets often represent an ending, perfectly mirroring the twilight of the Roman Empire itself. It's that beautiful final glow before the darkness. Now, the really interesting part, behind him, legions of Roman and Gothic soldiers prepare for war. This is the core of Idius's story. It highlights his incredible diplomatic skill in uniting these two historically rival peoples. Visualizing them together, preparing as one army, tells a story of desperation, pragmatism, and a shared will to survive. We want the AI to show us the distinct gear of both Roman legionaries and Gothic warriors, standing shoulder to shoulder. To heighten the tension, we added, a stormy sky brews overhead. This is a classic visual metaphor for impending conflict and uncertainty. The storm clouds are literally gathering, just as the armies of Attila the Hun are gathering on the horizon. It creates a sense of foreboding and epic scale. Will this fragile alliance hold against the coming storm? Finally, we polished it with stylistic keywords: heroic cinematic lighting, ultra-realistic 8K historical poster style. Heroic lighting ensures Adius is the focal point, bathed in a dramatic glow. Ultra-realistic and 8K push the AI to generate a highly detailed, photorealistic image, not a painting. And historical poster style guides the composition to be grand and commemorative, like a movie poster for the greatest battle you've never seen. By combining these elements, the historical figure, the symbolic setting, the narrative tension, and the specific artistic style, we're not just generating a picture. We're telling a powerful story in a single frame. I'm super excited to see what the AI comes up with for this one. What do you think of the prompt? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next historical creation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. The roar of battle was deafening, the clash of steel a constant thunder. We, the Huns, the scourge of God, had pushed the Romans and their Visigoth allies back, step by painful step. Victory tasted like sweat and blood on my lips. We were on the brink of shattering their lines, a final glorious charge away from complete domination of the Catalonian plains. My horse, a beast of black fury, sensed the coming triumph, its breath hot and eager. The enemy was in disarray, their formation crumbling. This was the moment I had lived for, the culmination of 1,000 raids, 100 conquered cities. My warriors, a wave of unstoppable fury, surged forward with me at the tip of the spear. Then the ground itself betrayed us. My horse screamed, its powerful legs tangling in a web of thick, hidden ropes. It crashed to the earth, sending me tumbling onto the blood-soaked soil. It was a trap, a cowardly, desperate move by a beaten foe. From the flanks where we thought we had scattered them, a new sound arose, the sinister hiss of 1,000 arrows loosing at once. The sky darkened with a storm of black-fletched death. Men I had shared meals with just this morning fell around me, their victory cries turning to choked gasps. It wasn't a volley. It was a deluge. Before we could even recover from the arrow storm, another horror was unleashed. From the Roman lines, massive barrels were rolled down the slight incline, and with a whoosh, a river of fire erupted across the field. The dry grass and the bodies of the fallen became fuel for a hungry inferno that raced towards us. The air crackled, filled with the stench of burning pitch and the horrifying screams of men engulfed in flames. Chaos was king. Dust and smoke choked the air, turning the afternoon sun into a blood-red haze. My heart pounded against my ribs, a war drum of fury. Reform, reform the lines. Shield wall now, I roared, my voice raw. My personal guard, my most loyal wolves, rushed to my side, their shields interlocking above me, deflecting the rain of death. Archers, return fire, target their commanders. Do not let them see your fear. Through the gaps in the shields, I watched my empire, my dream, being scorched by this Roman trickery. The battlefield was no longer a contest of courage, but a swirling vortex of fire, arrows, and desperate survival. But they had made a fatal mistake. They hadn't killed me. And in this fiery hell, a new, colder resolve settled in my soul. They had not defeated Attila. They had only made him angrier. Thanks so much for joining us on this epic journey through history. If you felt the heat of that battle, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible stories from the past. Don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss an episode. The year is 453 AD. The air in the grand golden tent is thick with celebration. Attila the Hun, the scourge of God, a man who made empires tremble, raises a goblet. He's just married a beautiful new bride, Ildiko. His face, usually a mask of fierce command, is softened by a rare, proud smile. He is invincible, the most powerful man in the world. But destiny, it seems, has a twisted sense of humor. One moment, he's the picture of triumph. The next, his face contorts. The proud smile melts into a mask of shock and agony. His eyes widen, not in anger, but in sheer disbelief. What's happening? The goblet, once held so firmly, slips from his grasp. It clatters to the floor, spilling its contents. The deep red wine spreads across the rich carpets, looking disturbingly like a pool of blood under the flickering torchlight. The scene is chaos. The jubilant music dies. Servants and guards rush forward, but it's too late. The mighty Attila collapses. Was it the wine? Was he poisoned by his new bride? A vengeful act for the destruction of her people? Or was it something far more mundane, yet just as deadly? The next morning, he was found dead, not from a sword, but from a massive nosebleed. He had choked to death on his own blood in his sleep. The man who had conquered nations, who had brought Rome to its knees, died not on the battlefield in a blaze of glory, but quietly, anticlimactically, in his wedding bed. The cause remains a subject of debate for historians. Was it a simple, tragic accident, a burst blood vessel from a night of heavy drinking, or was there a more sinister hand at play? Ildiko, the bride, was found weeping by his side, but was she grieving, or was she a brilliant assassin? We may never know the full truth. The death of Attila the Hun is a stark reminder that even the most powerful can fall in the most unexpected ways, leaving behind a legacy wrapped in mystery. What do you think happened that night? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If you found this dive into history fascinating, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more stories from the past. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a stunning piece of art that captures one of history's most pivotal and enigmatic moments. Take a look at this image. It's an 8,000 ultra-realistic epic poster drenched in cinematic tones and a golden sunrise. At its heart lies the formidable Attila the Hun, lifeless on his bed, his once feared sword now broken beside him. The raw emotion is palpable as his loyal companion stands over him, consumed by grief, while the first light of dawn pierces the solemn quiet of the tent. It's a scene of profound loss, the end of an era for a man who made empires tremble. But there's more to this image than meets the eye. Look closer in the faint background overlay. We see a different yet connected act of betrayal. The Roman Emperor Valentinian III strikes down his most brilliant general, Flavius Aetius, within the supposed safety of his own palace. Aetius was the very man who had famously halted Aetius' advance at the Battle of the Catalonian Plains. He was the last of the Romans, a military genius whose loyalty was repaid with a fatal blow driven by imperial jealousy and fear. His death left the Western Roman Empire fatally vulnerable, a house without its strongest pillar. This artwork is a masterclass in visual storytelling, weaving together two separate but deeply intertwined tragedies. The death of Attila, the scourge of God, was an inglorious battle, but under mysterious circumstances on his wedding night. Meanwhile, the death of Aetius, his greatest adversary, wasn't on the battlefield, but at the hands of the emperor he served. Both events, occurring within a year of each other, signaled the final, chaotic unraveling of the classical world. The broken sword symbolizes a fractured empire and the end of a legendary warrior's journey. The sunrise isn't just a new day. It's a symbolic dawn of a new, uncertain age, rising from the ashes of two titans. It forces us to ponder the nature of power, loyalty, and the cruel ironies of history. What do you see when you look at this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more historical explorations. See you next time.